Okay, so let me tell you what's going on with this movie right here. So this movie deals Italian gangster Massimo, and Massimo, in his dying breath, he sees the vision of this girl that he saw on the beach. He considers this girl. He lives, but he always thought of this girl as the last beautiful image that I saw. This girl was practically an angel. So I'm gonna kidnap that bitch. And here's the thing.
And make her love me.
He kidnaps this girl, and he says, "Hey, look, it's no big deal. No big deal. This kid is settled down. Listen. It's not that big a deal. I'm just gonna keep you here for a whole year until you fall in love with me." I got something to say about this. I don't know what the is going on, y'all. You know, there are a lot of times where I'll give a movie a bad review, and I'll walk away and say, man, you know, maybe I was too hard on that film. Even the ones that I don't like, I'll come out here and say, you see that look I gave it and it stopped. You see? They know I'm already mad about this movie. Cut that shit off now. It was a horn going off out there. You see where I looked at that horn. That horn's like, all right, shit.
All right, sorry.
That car shut up real quick. All right. Even the movies that I truly don't like, I come back and I say, you know, could I have said it better though? Did I have to yell about it? Could I have been more diplomatic? You know, a little more eloquent with what I was saying? This is not that goddamn movie right here. I hate this film, and I say it with a passion. You know what I'm mad about with this? I can't find the words to say how much I hate this. We're talking about 365 days. This shit ain't nothing but an overblown softcore porn flick where everyone's playing gangster and only doing it as an excuse to each other in there. This is straight up trash, man. It's like watching two people do their gangster cosplay fantasies with each other for 2 hours.
Because we thought it was bad with 50 Shades of Grey.
I thought we learned from 50 Shades of Grey.
We thought we learned. You watch that and you go, wow, what a poorly, just the most poorly written, egregious piece of film that sets women back 50 years. And this movie said, hold my beer. You ain't seen nothing yet.
People, I'm going to tell you something. After looking at this movie right here, I told y'all, man, them hashtags out there, these movements out here, this movie said, f all that.
Yep.
It means nothing. Hashtag mean too. Y'all didn't mean that shit. Y'all didn't really mean that.
You don't mean me, though.
Female empowerment, y'all didn't mean, that's bullshit. Y'all didn't mean that shit. Y'all didn't really want that. Because y'all made this movie right here the #1 movie in America on Netflix.
And Europe.
Okay, so let me tell you what's going on with this movie right here. So this movie deals Italian gangster Massimo, and Massimo, in his dying breath, he sees the vision of this girl that he saw on the beach. He considers this girl. He lives, but he always thought of this girl as the last beautiful image that I saw. This girl was practically an angel. So I'm gonna kidnap that bitch. and here's the thing.
And make her love me.
He kidnaps this girl. And he says, hey, look, it's no big deal. No big deal. This kid is settled down. Listen, it's not that big a deal. I'm just going to keep you here for a whole year until you fall in love with me.
And if at the end of a whole year you don't love me, I'll let you go.
I'll let you go.
You're no longer my prisoner. Cool, right?
Yeah.
You're in this, right? This sounds good to you.
If you are not completely satisfied with your kidnapping within a year, you get your freedom back. Guaranteed, no questions asked.
I mean, like in one breath is I love you and I'm gonna take care of you, and the next is you goddamn.
Yeah. It really is. The movie should have been called "Is Massimo Gonna Have to Choke a Bitch?" Because there are plenty of times we're talking about, I care for you, I love you. You making me a different person. Unless you make me bad, bitch. You don't want to piss me off. I'll kill motherfucker, and you next. It's like, she's like, is this love, really? You don't know how bad it is unless I give you some examples, man. You really don't know the lengths of depravity this movie goes. The lengths that this movie goes to. Man, if 50 Shades of Grey set women back 50 years, this mother put y'all back in the Stone Age.
Stone Age, yep.
God
knock you over the
damn.
head and drag you to the cave by your hair.
Well, Cora, tell us what's wrong with us. I'll tell you. Let's watch this trailer right here.
Why am I here? I want to get out now.
Afraid this is impossible.
Oh, and that's about as far as I can go. Right after that, some titty popped out.
Dang. That wasn't nothing.
Yeah. No, man, I think I got the foreign trailer. But anyway, I know y'all like, oh, shit, here we go. You know what? Let me slow down. Let's start by being nice. I'll be nice. I'll start out being decent to this movie, believe it or not. Let's talk about some of the good things that the film has to offer. Believe it or not, there are some that really stand out. I like the way the cinematography goes in this film, man. During the opening of the film, immediately, I like, man, this is a good looking film. They put a lot of thought, a lot of artistry, a lot of creativeness behind just the lighting itself. In the movie, at the beginning, they start out, with the juxtaposition of the gangster's world and the chick's world. She's in her job, her office, which they don't even touch on after that. It's almost like she didn't even have a job.
Exactly.
But she's all awash in aqua blue, dark blue, and his world is all this ember and yellow and gold. And I thought, all right, I like a movie where they play with a lot of colors, man. And also in the film, they a lot of luxurious locations, vacation spots. They go to they go, like sailing on the ocean. They go out to clubs that are brightly lit, expensive, extravagant clubs, luxurious homes, accommodations. I love the fashion in the movie. I give Marissimo I give him credit, man. He's a smooth dude. Massimo, whatever the hell his name is. Who gives a f about this dude? Smooth dude, man. I like his style. Damn, those shirts are nice. I mean, it helps that they're both beautiful people too.
Sure. That's what makes it okay.
Yeah. There. I said something nice. So all you cinematographer, wardrobe, location scout, art director, y'all can go. Because the rest of you can f yourselves. Outside of that,
Lock the doors and set the building on fire.
lock the doors and I'm about to beat the shit out of everybody in this room. Now, what were you thinking when you did this? People, the thing is with this movie, it is a terrible ripoff of 50 Shades of Grey, a movie that's already terrible itself. Mm-hmm. Well, it was a terrible ripoff of 50 Shades of Grey. They make him way creepier than Christian Grey could ever be.
That's the thing. Like, I hate Christian Grey. I really do hate him. But I can look back and go, well, he did put in the work to actually seduce the girl.
He took his time to be creepy.
Yeah.
He wasn't creepy right off the bat.
No.
He said, I'm a billionaire. Like, I know I'm a creep, but I can afford to take my time. Massimo makes Christian Grey look like Mr. Rogers. And
he makes Bill Cosby look like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. And he makes 50 Shades of Grey looks like a feminist rally, man. This shit is, people, you really don't know what you're getting into with this movie from what they're advertising. And really, if you find this movie acceptable, I got a question. I have to question your morals. Because to me, it's very obvious that this movie is way f***ed up.
Yeah.
From the area of how it treats women. Mm-hmm. Y'all know I'm not on no feminist kick, man. I just believe in doing what's right.
By people, yeah.
I ain't trying to be on no feminist thing to impress anybody. I've questioned things with that before. You know me, man. Y'all use the word bitch all the time, don't care. But I got to do what's right and call out this shit because this shit ain't right. You're watching a movie. With this movie, you're watching a movie about a guy who's been stalking a woman for a year. Mm-hmm. For a year. And kidnaps her and tells her that she has 365 days to fall in love with him. What that really means, and you said it, what that really means is you have 365 days to develop Stockholm Syndrome.
Yep.
And love your captor.
And I would just add the detail when you say kidnap her. This isn't he took her out to dinner and then whisked her away on his jet and then wouldn't let her go home. This is, she was minding her own business and he drugged her. and took her away.
Dosed her ass and put a bag over her head and brought her home. Yeah, doses her, takes her back. People, look how creepy this is. Look, like I said, the thing I can say, about Christian Grey is that Christian Grey, he took about 2-3 movies before you saw how he was a creepy stalker.
And you kind of see it right off the bat, but not in the first scene.
Not in the first scene. I mean, I'm talking about when we go full-fledged creep. It took about 2 or 3 movies before he did that. Here, it takes about 2 or 3 minutes before he brings this chick back to the crib, lets her wake up, and she has to walk into the living room on her own to see big-ass pictures that he took of her that she didn't know, where he proudly posted on the wall, put on the wall and put them on the wall and let her find them. Like, does this make you hot? Does this turn you on? Look behind you!
Jesus. He can teleport too.
Pops up like Batman. Pops up like a stalkerish, creepy Batman.
Yeah, and the message I suppose he's trying to send is, look how much I praise and worship you. And the message that's actually being sent is, I can find you anywhere.
In this time of #MeToo, in this time of female empowerment, what is it with these films and what is it with you where these guys get a pass just because they're rich and they're millionaires and billionaires?
Oh, that was it. Sorry, you just answered.
Answer my own question. Why is it? But seriously, why? If you like this movie, you know what you're saying? You're saying just what these incel dudes do. You're saying like, you know what? Assholes always win.
Yeah.
Good-looking guys get away with everything. I ain't trying to say they got a point, but with this shit right here, this is people. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make the film.
Right. And we certainly didn't make it number 1.
Shit, if you mad at me because you think I'm empowering incels, well, look at the movie, because that's the message they giving them, and they spent millions on that message.
It's not enough that he's a creep, like the ultimate creep, but he's abusive also, and not like, oh, he's been nice, but every so often he got mad and it slipped out. He goes from 0 to choke a bitch in the first time she's able to talk to him.
I'll go one step further, because look, I don't want to compare notes between 2 sociopaths. I mean, both of them are assholes.
Yeah.
Christian Grey and Massimo right here. Don Massimo. But this motherfucker got Christian Grey beat. Christian Grey.
By a mile.
Christian Grey, I hate to compare notes because they're both creeps, but Christian Grey just gonna stalk somebody until he just wears him down. Massimo, he's not just a kidnapper. He's also a murderer because he's a gangster. And I'm going to use a word here that's going to make people kind of clutch the pearls, but he's a rapist because this guy can any chick that he wants.
Anyone he wants.
There's women walking down the street just throwing themselves at him, man. But he don't want that because he don't get to exercise his power with that.
Right.
And that's what people say rape is about power. Yeah. If this dude has all kind of hot chicks throwing themselves at him to the point they even want to kill this chick, some of them are just kind of like, damn, I'm so upset that you dropped me, Massimo, and you got this chick right here. I'm going to kill that bitch.
He's got a woman on his payroll who'll just suck his dick anytime he gives her the look.
Yeah.
But that's not enough for him.
He has that mentality like a lot of rapists do. He lies to himself. Somehow he figures like you deserve it, you want it, you asked for it.
You asked for it.
He lies to himself, man. I mean, look, people. I don't get you like this movie, man, if you do, because early on, it's a very creepy film. And like I said, this is a rapist that just fools himself into thinking that he's being not only being sexy, not only is this flirty, and not only is this turning her on, but it's the kind of thing that you do to women to make them fall in love with you.
I won't do anything without your permission.
Like you just did.
Except slam your ass into a chair and grab my titty. You mean like touching me and groping me without my permission? You mean like pulling some abusive Mortal Kombat shit on my ass when I just want to simply walk away? Get over here! God damn. What are you, the scorpion of sex?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, you redefine what you mean by you won't touch me?
Yeah. Oh, it keeps going.
It does keep going.
No, I will not do anything you do not give me permission to do, except when I put you on a plane against your will, screaming and kicking. Yeah, I'll beat it. Hey, I won't do anything you give me permission to do. I won't give me permission to do, except make you lay in bed chained to the post, to the rail, watching me have sex with another chick. Why? Because to train your ass. That's why. To train you like the dog you are. So you can, once I show you this freaky shit enough,
you gonna want some.
You gonna want some of this. He does that shit. He's like, I'm gonna pull this chick out here and make you watch this bitch go down on me because it's gonna get you hot and you're gonna know what you missing. What the f?
Direct quote.
Oh, and then the movie decides to come out and say, well, yeah, I was kind of shitty. But hey, man, he saved her life. Since he saved her from drowning,
yeah,
he's now a hero, despite all the shit that he had done before.
Yeah, even his boys, they're all in her face like, see, you're ruining everything here. It's like, I didn't want to be here. I didn't ask for any of this. If I'm ruining it, take me back home.
Yeah. If I may remind you, I was kidnapped for a year. My parents don't even know where I am. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will not do anything that you don't want me to do, that you don't give me permission to do, except kidnapping you and holding your ass against your will. But hey, I saved you from drowning, so that must mean that I really care. Oh, and that's how this movie justifies everything.
Yeah. The other justification is, hey, I had a boyfriend back there.
I'll get there. I'll get to that. Oh, I got that.
I don't know what you're going to bring up.
I got you, boy.
Okay.
I got you. No, they say because he saved me from drowning. Now I think I love him.
Sobie silnego samca, który zawsze wie, czego chce. Do tego jest swoim opiekunem I obrońcą.
By the way, to translate, she's saying, imagine yourself an alpha male who's your caretaker, your defender, someone who looks out for you.
Przy którym zawsze czujesz się jak mała dziewczynka. Jest spełnieniem twoich
Makes you
wszystkich
feel like a little
seksualnych
girl.
fantazji.
Makes all your fantasies come true. Did God mold his dick too? She said, hell yeah. Yeah, he did. Hey, congratulations, bitch. You just been syndromed. Mm-hmm. You just been Stockholmed, syndromed.
Well, not only that, but we got this whole movement of, hey, don't treat women like girls. And then she's like, but it's your greatest fantasy that you get to feel like a little girl.
Yeah.
Ew.
Again.
What are we doing here?
And I'm sorry, you know what? And I consciously keep using that word bitch over and over again because if you get mad at me for saying that, you get mad at him for saying that, and you looked at this movie and you enjoyed this movie, your priorities are all f***ed up. Mm-hmm. And here's where we get to what you're talking about right here, Martin. What really infuriates me with this is that, again, it drives home that message that assholes, big handsome guys, rich guys, they get away with all kind of shit. They nail that shit home because you were right, man. In the movie, get the message you're giving here. The boyfriend, because he's less attractive, is made to look like the real villain right here. Yeah. Boyfriend, because he dresses funny.
Yeah.
And he ain't a billionaire. And because he's not as good looking, he's the creep because why? He cheated on her. As opposed to the guy that kidnapped her and mind rapes her. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Say all the rest of this was kosher. It's so not. But one of the early parts of this that's not kosher is him, Massimo. I had a vision of you, and I fell in love with you, and I got you to fall in love with me. So he's in love with a woman that he really doesn't even know anything about. She just has a look. That's all he knows. They didn't know nothing about how they act together.
This guy's insane.
Yeah, he's insane.
He's insane, man. The guy's a rapist with money who's been enabled to do this. Mm-hmm. People, do you hear what I'm telling you? We're watching a movie where they're making a hero out of a guy who's pretty much like American Psycho, except he's Italian. Italian Psycho up here, who has been his actions have been enabled because he's been able to buy everyone off and be made to be a yes man. The moment she goes to the police to say this mother kidnapped me, the police are like, tell us, oh Massimo.
Yeah.
Massimo, excuse me.
Massimo, is this woman bothering you?
excuse me, da Massimo. Excuse me. Shit, they like this motherfucker man rape me next. To get to the good sex, it's like about an hour about an hour and 10 minutes before they get to the sex that they really talk about. Before that, it's like a lot of oral sex.
Well, yeah, they got a pretty graphic oral sex scene.
The problem with this movie,
needlessly so. But okay.
Also, a big problematic theme with this movie is that it's all about these powerful men. These powerful men who get to play these, these powerful roles like gangsters, these big macho ass roles. And all the women in the movie are just their sexual playthings.
Yeah.
What this woman is in right now is officially sex slavery.
Yeah.
She's a sex slave. I mean, the movie opens up with Massimo, his dad, and Massimo talking about, we don't want a part of that sex slave business. Yeah, you do, motherfucker, because you did it. You're the number one customer. I'm not only a client, but I'm the president.
Yeah, she just happens to not be underage. I'm also the president.
They got a scene in this movie where Massimo just in his private plane just pulls the curtain, goes to the back, and just pushes the stewardess down a chair, grabs her head, and just pulls her down. And it's not quite, but it does like he kind of forces her to do this.
I mean, to me, watching it looked to me like she was just a woman who's doing her job, and because this guy's powerful, she was forced to give him a blowjob.
Oh,
she
yeah.
just, like sat down, ripped his pants open, and do this because there's water running out her eyes.
Well, it's funny because if you take the movie, because I mean, look, my thing was she didn't want to do this shit, but this got probably her father tied up somewhere. I told I'll kill your family if you don't blow me.
Right.
And she's crying about it. Now, that's me making the story right there. But the way the movie kind of makes it look is that Massimo makes this woman give him oral sex, and it's rough too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could hear like,
yeah. No. He's all about grabbing the back of the head and not letting it go.
I mean, it's almost like she needs a Heimlich maneuver. It's like, I mean, just a few more thrusts and she's dead because she's gonna choke to death. But once it's done, Massimo is just kind of like, all right, cool, relief, sweet relief. But then she runs to the front of the plane, and it looks like she actually has tears of joy coming out of her eyes because she's like,
oh, I know.
The great Massimo's been in my mouth.
That was the first time I said this movie.
Yeah,
because all the actions of it, all the body language was he was forcing her, she's crying, and then at the last second they have her do a little smile, and I was like, oh.
Not even a smile, but tears of joy.
Yeah,
I got to suck the great Massimo.
Right.
Oh God.
I was like, come on, what does she get out of that?
I mean, it's bad enough that Massimo, I mean, forget that he's creepy. He's also just a cheesy mother. I mean, right here, you don't see his head, but right here, that's him taking, like, he has paintings commissioned of himself with lions. I know Aslan personally.
I got the same guy Vladimir Putin got.
Got velvet paintings of himself over his bed. Just cheesy, man. Thinking he a pimp. This whole thing, man, if you want to take the sex out of it, and take the creepiness out of it, take the rape out of it, it's just,
you got nothing left.
You got nothing left, because this gangster shit ain't that good either, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
That gang, I mean,
There's a lot of talking.
It's a lot of they look like kids playing gangster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like little kids that put on their parents' suits and play gangster.
Yeah, I've seen high school productions of gangsters better than this shit right here. It's all background. It's all for them to just fill in time until they just start doing some perverted sexual rapey shit again. The gangster story is so bad that they even got a guy that portrays him. And I want you to see what the guy that stabbed him in the back. I want you to see what his name is.
Tutti abbiamo degli scheletri nell'armadio.
Stai zitto. Hai sporcato il nome di questa famiglia, Alfredo.
Fredo!
Right.
I mean, maybe that word is bad for times. As far as the movie, it's just terrible, man. Mostly, I can't play any of the songs, but most of this is just a music video.
Oh yeah.
This soundtrack.
That's right, because it does. You're right. The way the opening is shot, it's beautiful, and you're like, all right, this back and forth, it's quite cliche, but you know, let's see where this goes. And then the music kicks in, and you go, oh no, this is Cheese City.
Yeah, it's people. This is Cinemax. It's an expensive ass Skinemax movie. The soundtrack keeps playing man, this is 2 hours, and it doesn't need to be that. I can understand if it was at least 2 hours of people just constantly having sex, but it ain't that, man. It's them gallivanting around. I mean, at one point, it looks like it's turning into a comedy. They have the shopping montage, complete with the two two gay guys dressed in floral.
Oh, right.
The gay Siegfried and Roy. You mean Siegfried and Roy? But you know what really the movie tries to pass off is that you got a guy. The movie tries to show you a guy he's again. I'm not gonna say rapey. The guy is a rapist. Okay, I don't know what better.
Yeah, rapey is when it's adjacent to rape or it's almost there. This is full on.
No, this main character here is a complete rapist. He kidnaps a woman, starts groping her, and while he does force himself on her a few times, but he doesn't penetrate anything. But it gets to a point where it's rape if you kidnap somebody, you make them have sex with you out of submission. Like they just get tired of it. Like they're not in their right mind anymore.
Yeah.
That's rape, y'all. And it's a movie about a rapist. It's a disgusting film.
What? She said yes. But didn't she say no 36 times in a row?
After 3 months and keeping her ass in a dungeon and driving her crazy, it's called Stockholm Syndrome. And if you somebody out of Stockholm Syndrome, you're practically raping them. I don't give a what you say. This is a movie that tells us to look at a rapist as a hero and his victim that he's raping. Look at them both and see them as a sexy couple. Boy, don't you wish you were them? Am I the only person that sees this? I mean, besides you, this is number one on Netflix. Am I nuts? Am I the one going mad?
It's number 2 now. The Five Bloods became number 1.
Good. God damn it, kick his ass, Spike Lee. Stick some up his ass, see how he likes it. Not only is it number 1 on Netflix, but people are online saying, when's the sequel coming out?
Oh yeah, because it's a Polish author and she wrote 3 books.
What the fuck? So she?
Yeah.
People. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say it right here. Don't nobody give a fuck about Me Too. I'm going to say it right now. And if you get mad, fuck you, because this movie in this day and age should not be number 1. This movie should be, I don't like to boycott a lot of shit, but women who really believe in, in the movement and empowerment, y'all should boycott this shit and tell Netflix to like get this shit off of here. You're glorifying a rapist.
Yeah.
If you support this shit right here, you ain't about the movement.
Yeah, you're so busy, so much energy into canceling somebody who says the wrong thing on Twitter, and yet this movie exists and is number 1.
I mean, again, congratulations. You put the message out there that it's okay to get away with all kind of shit as long as you're an asshole, you got a lot of money, and you're good looking.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this shit is out here, man. I really don't.
Well, Corey, it's the unwanted advances, but if they're wanted, it's okay. And we only want them if the guy is rich and handsome.
Okay, you said this, but it's not meant to you. Get the out of here with that. I'm saying this to you, but it's not meant for you because I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But for that character that you're doing right now, get the out of here with that. You know what? Y'all are so busy being so uptight, trying to not watch porn. Watch porn because apparently you're so uptight and you're so horny, it's making you a creep or it's making you support creepy shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. I kept thinking watching this. I was like, all right, so when they finally do get to the sex, they put everything into it. This is way super graphic. To the point you feel kind of uncomfortable about it, or hey, maybe you're titillated. But I mean, I couldn't get titillated by it because the story's so fucked up. But it's like, listen, just watch porn. It's free. It's everywhere. And you can watch piss porn that is still not as defiling as this.
Don't you ever sit up here and don't ever try to porn shame me. I jack off any day to regular porn on the internet instead of like trying to endorse this shit right here. Just watch porn. Quit being so uptight because it's making you weird. It's making you weird.
That's what it does.
If you're white, it's making you weird to the point where you're so scared. If you're fucking look, I ain't trying to say watch porn. If you don't want to, then don't. But if you're
don't watch this.
But if you're so horny that you just got to go watch this because you've been wanting to look at porn, you've been wanting to watch two people. then you might as well just go ahead and put on porn because you're endorsing something that's really, 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 really wrong right here. This movie is a complete you, man.
The only positive thing I can say about it is more straightforward than 50 Shades of Grey, because which beats around the bush and you leave that going, man, it talks so much about sex and barely anything happened. Okay, here you got your sex, but you got a much worse story out of it.
I really don't get it. I don't.
I know. I was baffled myself.
Maybe we're the crazy ones.
Right?
I don't know. You want a spoiler? I'll tell you. Massimo not only kidnapped the girl, not only raped her, but he brought her into this violent world. Mm-hmm. At the end of the movie, they don't even show it because they probably want to leave it open for a sequel.
Right.
But they trapped that chick in a cage, and we assume that she died.
Oh, no, in a tunnel.
In a tunnel. They trap her in a tunnel on the road. And you see police cars lined up, and they said, because they're opening for a sequel. They're trying to do some 50 Shades of Grey. Like,
total 50 Shades of Grey.
Like, there's a super villain here,
Uh-huh.
his ex, who said, I'm going to kill that bitch. And she tries to do it, but we don't see her die. So, did she?
Did she die?
Yeah, this movie's a big-ass you. I doubt I see anything.
Gigantic you.
Yeah.
Worst movie of the year.
Yeah, by a long shot. I doubt I see
The worst movie seen in maybe ever, man. This is just so all kinds of wrong.
people out of all the things that
and
I've
2
seen.
hours of it.
Out of all the things that I've seen in my life, out of all the things I've seen, I've never seen a movie that told me to root for the rapist.
Right.
I've never had that in my life. I've never had that experience.